You know, have you ever just picked up a regular old rock and wondered, where's this thing been? Well, all around us, there are these amazing history books written in stone, and every single one holds a story that's millions of years old. And today, we're going to learn how to read them.
So, yeah, that's the big question, right? How on earth can a simple stone capture a perfect snapshot of a world that existed long, long before any of us? Well, to figure that out, we've got to start at the very beginning, how these story-filled rocks are even made in the first place.
Okay, so if we're going to read these stone books, first we have to understand how the pages themselves are made. And our story starts with a very special kind of rock called sedimentary rock.
So here's the deal. Sedimentary rock isn't made from hot lava or intense pressure deep in the earth. Nope. It's built up, layer by tiny layer, kind of like a geological lasagna, from all these little bits of the world. Sand, mud, even tiny animal skeletons, piling up over thousands and millions of years. And it's this unique layering that makes it the perfect time capsule.
Let's follow the incredible journey of just one tiny grain of sand. First, weathering. Wind, rain, ice, breaks it off a huge mountain. Then it gets transported, maybe by a river or the wind, and carried away to a new home where it's deposited at the bottom of a lake or an ocean. Then, over ages and ages, new layers pile on top, and the sheer weight from all that stuff above just compacts those bottom layers, squeezing them together until, bam, they harden into solid rock.
You know what's really wild? These ancient rocks, they're not just tucked away in museums. They are, and I mean this quite literally, the building blocks of our modern world. Let's see how.
Just take a look around you. The bricks in your house? Yeah, that's probably shale, which is really just ancient hardened mud. Those paving stones on the sidewalk? That's sandstone, formed from sand dunes that got squished together. And get this, the concrete in our biggest skyscrapers? That comes from limestone, which is made from the packed-down remains of countless tiny sea creatures. We are literally living inside geologic history.
All right, so we get how the pages of our stone book are made. That makes sense. But that leads to the real question, doesn't it? How do the words, the stories themselves, actually get written into the rock?
Well, the answer, my friends, is fossils. These are the incredible echoes of a forgotten world, clues left behind by creatures and plants from long ago, perfectly preserved inside those layers of sedimentary rock. Basically, a fossil is any sign of ancient life. And here's the crucial part. They are only found in sedimentary rocks. Why? Well, think about it. That slow, gentle layering process is what protects them. It doesn't crush or melt them. As the layers build up, water seeps down into the bones or shells, and minerals slowly replace all the original stuff. It pretty much turns bone into stone, perfectly preserving the shape for millions of years.
Now, the scientists who study these, paleontologists, they're basically crime scene investigators for the ancient world, and they're looking for two main types of clues. You've got body fossils, which are the actual remains, the body, so to speak, like a dinosaur bone or a shark tooth. But then you have trace fossils, which can be just as important. These are the footprints left at the scene, things like fossilized tracks, nests, or even burrows that tell us not just what lived, but how it lived.
All right, to really see how powerful these clues can be, we're going to visit one of the most important geological crime scenes on the entire planet, a place where the story of humanity itself has been uncovered.
And we're heading to South Africa. Why there? Because, believe it or not, this place holds one of the world's most complete and absolutely critical fossil records, especially when it comes to the story of our own beginnings. Just how rich are we talking? Get ready for this. There are about 30, that's 30, major fossil sites all packed into this one region. I mean, the sheer density of history here is it's mind-boggling. It gives us this unparalleled window into the deep past. And the absolute crown jewel of all these sites is a place with the perfect name, the Cradle of Humankind. A huge reason this area is such a gold mine is its network of limestone caves. For millions of years, these caves acted like natural pitfall traps, preserving the skeletons of animals and, amazingly, our own earliest ancestors, known as hominids, that fell in. And out of all the amazing things found there, two discoveries completely changed everything. Fossils we call Mrs. Pless and Littlefoot.
So, meet Mrs. Pless. Discovered way back in 1947, this beautifully preserved skull is over 2 million years old. At the time, this was a massive breakthrough. It was the first complete adult skull of this specific human relative ever found, and it showed scientists they had small, ape-like brains, but, and this is the incredible part, other features of the skull suggested they were already walking upright on 2 legs.
But if Mrs. Pless was a game changer, then Littlefoot is, well, it's just on another level. This isn't just a skull, it's a nearly complete skeleton, over 3 million years old, that was painstakingly chipped away from the solid rot for, get this, 2 decades. Its completeness is just astounding. Littlefoot confirmed that our ancestors had longer legs than arms, a key for walking upright, but still had some ape-like features for climbing. It's a perfect snapshot of a species right in the middle of a huge transition.
So here's the bottom line. This is the whole point. Reading the stories in these rocks, it's not just some cool thing about dinosaurs or ancient fish. No, in places like the cradle of humankind, the story these fossils tell, it's our story. They are direct, physical clues to where we all come from.
And that just leaves you with one final, incredible thought, doesn't it? If the ground in one corner of the world can hold the secret to all of human history, just imagine what other amazing stories are still out there, waiting to be found, right now, buried just beneath our own feet.